All right. Well, I was muted. Thank you. Yeah, I'm fixing more of these here unknown medical devices that I have no idea. This one doesn't even have a. This one's missing a clip to hold the wire in. So even if I do get it working, I don't know how good it's going to be for them. But some of them I noticed actually have had work done before. Just usually I heat it up and I see some old flux or some of that tree sap flowing out, and somebody didn't clean it or something. But this one's missing a clip as well, so I don't know what they're going to do with this one. I had one missing a button. I was just waiting for one that I couldn't fix. That way I'd have some parts. But so far I've been able to fix just about every one. So I've been kind of light on the parts. Hey, Sultan. I'll fix that in a second. It's because the microphone's in front of me. I forgot to put it on charge last night, so kind of screwed that up. I'll fix it in a second. Just want to reflow this real quick. I got. Oh man, that one. This one looks a little askew. I might have to do something more to this. It's a little nudge, but I don't know if anybody realizes. I don't know if anybody realizes how hard it is to nudge something that small on a board and not frig it up. So what I was saying earlier was that some of these boards have other issues going on. Like I don't have a button for one of them, and I wonder how long this will last with only a 5-minute charge. I don't have a button for one of them, so and one of them has a screen that's bad. Well, actually, that's the same one. It has a screen and a button that's bad. So I've been waiting for something that's not fixable completely. That way I could actually fix the one with the button and the screen. But so far I've been pretty lucky on these things. The ones I've been reflowing have worked. The ones I reballed have worked. I mean, one of the ones I reflowed worked, but it wasn't looking the best. But you can still see the screen, so I don't know how picky they're going to be. Like this one's missing a clip on that uh, adapter on that what do you call these things? The clips to hold the. I can't even think of what the hell you call it. But this clip right here, it's supposed to be a clip that holds it down, and that's missing. I didn't knock it off; it just got knocked off. Uh, I didn't find it in the bag or anything, so I think they've just been taking them apart. Oh, the ribbon clip. That's what I'm trying to say. So let's see if this works. If not, yeah, see, this one doesn't work. See, I had a feeling it wouldn't because it was kind of looked a little weird too. On like the wasn't making connection. It doesn't look right. It doesn't look square on the board itself. It doesn't look square. So it could be the screen too. You never discount the screen. And the other, I discounted I discounted the screen might be broken earlier, and then I found out it was a screen. So, after reballing a chip, then I found out it's a screen. So That's not good. So I guess lesson learned. Always check the screen. Well, that's two screens that way. Why do I have two screens? That doesn't make sense. I should have only one screen. I didn't take... Oh, okay. This one that needs the screen, so I just used the bad... I literally just used the bad screen to test. So not good. Let me try a good screen. See, it's so boring. I wish... That's why I go on Discord. It's so much better. You get people to talk to you. This is just talking to myself. On that front. Talking to myself on that front. Well, let me try the screen here. Hopefully. I have two bad screens. Let's see what happens. Nope, definitely not the screen. All right. So let me mark this one bad. I believe. Yeah, this one's bad. Bad. This is probably good. Just make sure it's good before I rest my... Before I end up having to reball something that need to be reballed. And that's all hand reballing, so it takes forever. FPC connector. Yeah, I guess if it's a front panel, I have no idea. Could just be a panel connector, I guess, at that point. And this one's flashing white too. All right, so this one is fixable because I am able to get a screen. So let me fix that. Actually, let me fix this, reflow it real quick, test the screen, make sure it all works, and then I can test this screen, make sure it works before I go ahead and reflow this guy, if that makes any sense at all. I gotta set my mic up here a certain way so it won't fall down or get burned. So yeah, let me do that. Yes, see, this one has a connector on here. So I don't know what I could do about that, or if they're going to do something about it. I didn't take these apart, so I have no idea. I have no idea. I heard Chatfix came in your Discord yesterday and said he was going to stream today. And so did I, so that's why I'm here. Yeah, Chatfix said he was going to stream. I guess I should take this off and put it on my wrist so you guys can hear me. On that front. I have a huge pile of these that are fixed technically. So I just don't want to kill them with too much flux. That way they're not that hard to clean. And I don't know how the flux is going to impact the screen at all, but I also got to blow it a certain way that away from these two connectors. So that's fun. Just got to nudge it ever so slightly. It's worked so far. I can't even show you the nudge. It's so slight. Ooh, my hand's burning. One's taking its time. All right, there you go. And that's all it needs, just a slight nudge. I thought it standard for front panel connector. Literally, F is the front part of it. Am I wrong? I guess I'm wrong if you're saying I'm wrong. I always thought FPC, especially on a computer, most of the time I used it, was front panel connector. But now that you mention it, it probably does mean something else. Probably means like, I guess I'm about to find out, right? Let's see. About to find out what FPC means. Somebody's going to Google it. Somebody Google it and make me feel dumb. Which is not very hard. I mean, I'm just happy that I lucked out with these things. Otherwise, I'd be sitting here doing nothing. It's good. Sometimes, you know, God has a way of providing, I guess, right? I had no work, and along came these medical dealies that needed work. So, all right, that's a good sign. All right, that's good. Let me check the other screen now, just so I know it's good. You see, that's all it needed. All that, just that little nudge. Make the connection solid again. I don't know how long they'll last, but all right, so these two screens are good. This screen is bad. That's no problem. And you can see, by the way this thing looks, it's got pulse, it's got electrodes for, I would assume, for the heart monitor, and I've seen an SPOC, SPO2, which is a pulse ox machine, measures your pulse and oxygen levels. So, and I guess it all gets stored in this little guy. And this thing is actually from, it says Japan 1308 on it, so I guess that's 2013. So medical equipment apparently is you know, used up until it dies. There's no I guess if it still works, it's used, right? If it still works and they still get a use out of it, they use it. Which I'm kind of shocked. I figured they wouldn't. I figured they wouldn't. They would throw these things out, you know. But I guess that's good. It's good that they're getting usage out of it. And comes here and I refurb it and it gets a whole new life. Another 4 years, 5 years or whatever it is. Oh shit! Don't want to bend that too hard. I'm about to look over and see what a front panel connector. Let's see. Flexible circuit. Flexible printed circuit. That makes way more sense than front panel connector. Yeah. But wait a minute. Why is a computer called... Why is a computer thing called a front panel of FPC? It has nothing really to do with a printed circuit. They call that an FPC. I've seen it called FPC. I've seen many people friggin' have no idea what they're doing on that connector. They're like apes on a keyboard trying to figure out which, you know, which jumper goes where to what, you know, the reset button and the power button and the lights and all that. You know, something I knew by the time my second build, like I knew by heart. People still flounder with that thing, so I find it amazing. So I don't know if I should fix this. It has the FPC bad, plus it needs a reball. This, on the other hand, just needs a screen and a speaker. I think this would be a lot easier to fix than this guy. Just pop that button off. Yeah, I think I'm going to fix that. I think I'm going to fix the easier one. Then leave this one for parts. Kind of makes sense. As long as I can get that button off of this one. Should be able to. Let's try that. If I get the button to replace, get the button off of that guy. I just hate leaving this thing flailing all about. Set it up somehow. And there we go. Get that button off real quick like, and transplant it. Transplant the button. Makes perfect sense. Come on, button. You're coming with me. I always thought it was called the FPC, front panel connector. That was my mistake. Holy shit, this is hot. What the hell's holding this button on? Come on, button. Freaking leaded solder. That's what's holding it on. Jeez. Guess I should probably use some actual solder. This button is being held on by a miracle. Look how hard. I've been at this for like, what, 5 minutes? At least 2. I can't believe the button's still holding on. Just coloring the button. This button is a lot difficult than I thought. Yeah, it's amazing. Somebody actually got this off. And how much heat it took to get it off. I'm about to use low melt. freaking burning my hand. It must be a giant ground plane that this is caught on. It's all but one leg. It's not coming off. Gee, that is something. That's crazy how long that button took to get off. I ended up making the temperature like 430 degrees. It's crazy. Crazy stuff. Is the button usable anymore? Probably not. Wish I had new buttons. Oh my God, I have NanoFix here. I don't know what to do. Pressure, too much pressure. Do you remember I was laughing the other day when PCDD had Soren come in, and that was hysterical, man. That was funny stuff. He was like starstruck for at least 10 minutes, you know? I gotta look at this thing. I don't know if this thing is even worthy of putting back on at this point. Micro soldering, am I right? Sucks. It took so much to get this thing off. I don't know if the button's still good anymore even. Yeah, maybe. Only one way to find out. It's kind of a little charred, but as long as it goes back on. I told Ghazi yesterday his switch was worth $1.5 million in man hours. So yeah, no, this thing has no. This is bad. Yeah, it's got no spring in it anymore. Heated it to death. So definitely not going to work. Oh well. I thought I had an easy win. Turned out not so much. I don't know what the hell was holding that thing on even. It's like I think I can only get new. It takes way too much heat to get that off. Next one I try to get off, I'll use actual low melt or something, but at least I don't know, at least I have a screen for it. Could be worse, I guess. I'll put this screen back on. I don't know if they need that button or not, but if they do, then this thing is not going to work. If they don't, if that button just is an alarm or whatever, maybe they could use it. I don't know. I'll write on it partially fixed and see what they say. No button. I'll just say no button. Was this the one that, yeah, this is the one that needed the screen, right? I'm starting to get confused. I have that switch that I checked and turns out it's not fixable. So I took the APU off of it. Yeah, so this one needs a button. I don't know where to get these buttons. These here buttons on, and let's see if I could bring it into the screen, but anybody know where to get those buttons? I have no idea. But if you do, let me know. There's a bunch on here. There's a bunch of buttons on here, but this button is missing. But at least this has the FPC on it, and it works. The screen works. So I would say this is a partial win for now. Put it in my semi-win column. DU needs button. Needs top button. All right. So partial win. Call that a partial win. What am I? Oh, those things I could find. RP2040 has them on. I mean, I'm sure they're standard switch, right? There can't be anything too big, too great about them. Just a, you know, I got so many of these things. It's crazy. So many of these little medical dealies that, you know, for every one I could send back, I get a certain dollar amount, and so far it's been pretty good. So way better than HDMI port repair. So I have a couple more to do, and that's about it. I drop them in a box and send them out. So, you know, most of them are easy fixes. Only 2 so far have required me to take that switch chip off and reball it. So, and then I got one that's I don't think I'm going to be able to fix because of the FPC, the button, and everything else on it. So, because that one would have to be reballed too. So, I'll find out what they want to do with it. Find out what they want to do with it before I start killing myself. Especially then if I have to change that connector too, I think that's going to be a pain in the ass. I don't have an extra one of these. So just have to kind of play it by ear. So this one's running. So since it's running, I probably don't have to worry too much about it. That's what that button does, by the way. So this one I just reflow. As long as it still works, I'll be good. I'll call that a win. You know. Then if it didn't work, if it was just white screen, I'd have to reflow it anyway. So, not the most exciting work, but Oh, shit. But the money's good. So what else can you say? I've been so down in the dumps lately because my real work doesn't have me working at all. Well, I mean, they have me working. I mean, technically, I'm getting paid by my real job, but they don't have any duties for me. Like, they don't have any work. It's like the company we work for, the big company with the word, with the V in it, has completely ran out of money, budget, and took a bunch of work away. And the place that I'm working for doesn't lay me off, which I'm amazed. I guess, happy and sad about it. But I thought they were just going to lay me off. I go back to my other company, my other work. And it just hasn't happened. So I just, really, man, I just don't know what else to do lately. It's been crazy. I wish I could get this in my, so you could see this better. But I really have no way of doing that unless I use the face camera and throw it right up against it. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth doing. I have another cell phone camera I could hook up and put it like right here. That might be a good idea. Start messing with that. Oh yeah, I forgot I turned this way up before. I had that like at 370 or something. Actually at 430 I had that earlier. It's probably really hot really quick. Come on. Be very quiet. Thick little boards, considering. I guess they're medical grade, so they're going to be a little thicker. Yesterday I had to go pick up Girl Scout cookies. It's Girl Scout cookie day time. Alright, I did a nudge. I did a nudge entirely too hard, so let's see how that works out. I did a Rusty Russ type nudge on this thing. Shout out to Rusty Russ on his nudges. Yeah, I don't think you could reuse those buttons. If you did, I mean, it took so much heat to get off of it. I don't think there's any way to possibly reuse that. Maybe like a real technician probably can, but not me. Somebody actually better at soldering. Somebody better at this whole micro soldering thing. Somebody that knows what an FPC connector is. All right. Nudge done. Let's see how she looks. Looks still intact. Hopefully. I didn't even melt the plastic on the back. Let's see. Is this the screen for that? Yeah. Screen backwards. I wish there was a way to get enough business from a home business to do it full time. I'm so random that people call me, like such random times, and they need something fixed. They call me, I price it out, and they never call back. It's just. So I thought maybe I'm too high a price, but I really don't want to chase. I really don't want to chase people around for lowering the price, because then you end up you end up just shooting yourself in the foot later on. So not not every repair is easy. You know, not every HDMI is equal too. Like you could have an HDMI that takes you 10 minutes. You could have an HDMI port that takes you a little longer because you run into problems. You know, so I don't want to lower my prices and, you know, not give the same amount of work. I clean every machine coming in. I do, you know, every machine arguably comes out better than it came in. So, you know, if it wasn't overheating, I don't want to make it so it is overheating. You know, like I want to do the liquid metal over. I want to blow out the machine with the dust. I want to do the right job. I don't want to skimp. And I don't want people, sometimes you get people that are shopping around for the lowest price that aren't the best customers in the world. You know, sometimes they're just looking for a cheap job. I don't want to be that guy, you know. All right, this is running. I like it. Seems to be functional. There's another one down. Put it back together, sign it, and get it out the door. I like this company too, because this company actually gives me a return address, return label, and you know the box, of course, but they give me the return label, so I don't have to like stress about dropping, you know, printing a label and all that stuff either. And you know, the only thing I have to do is go drop it off at Staples. Fairly easy. Sent me a DM. All right, cool. Appreciate it. I assume it's for that connector. Yes. All right. I'll order some. You know what? Yeah, I don't think I could reuse them. Personally, I think it's a lost cause because it takes way too much heat to get them off. So what I'm going to do is just order new ones. It makes more sense. Gotta get back to you somehow. Thanks for the link. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna order them forthwith. Yeah, I wonder if Amazon carries them. You know, maybe a little more expensive, but I don't have to wait 6 weeks to get them. I ordered Dialog chips. I don't even know when. I can't even. A couple of weeks ago, I still haven't got them. Dialog for the PS5 because I've gone through my spares and I've taken every single Dialog off on my spares. So, you know. Oh, I didn't even test this one. That was my bad. I should test it. Not that it matters, but I gotta test it to see what I'm dealing with. Make sure I don't make it worse. Testy. See, this one's a white screen. So, see what I'm saying? White screen. And see if I could get that screen not be white anymore. Which is technically what I'm supposed to be doing with all of them, which I have, but a lot of them have not had the white screen anyway, so it's been good. So just put a little counterweight on it. You know what? I'm still waiting for my my flux to come in too. Sure, that'll be in anytime. My Omega flux. We can't all be flux specialists, flux reviewers. Some of us use this cheap ass Kingbo Flux because we're not Flux review, Flux professionals. When Ghazi said that yesterday about Nano, I thought I was going to piss myself. Call them a Flux specialist or something. Flux reviewer. It's good stuff. I had my wife do a couple of balls yesterday on this chip. I was reballing one. She did all right. She did okay. It takes a lot of patience to hand reball something. Come on. I think I lowered the temperature too much. I definitely lowered the temperature too much. I was at 350 and not 370. It's a big difference. All right, the chip is nudged. The nudging has succeeded, or maybe. I don't know if it has succeeded. It's funny, the other day I was looking to clean my ear and I couldn't find a cotton swab. So then I remembered. I pretty much used them all for what I do here. So yes, I did take a cotton swab out of my flux cleaning swabs and clean my ears with it. I did that. I did it because I could. Professional flux reviewer, NanoFix. I guess he's right in a sense. Who's better at reviewing flux than Nano at this point? It's funny too because I bought Nano Flux because of NanoFix. I bought Nano Sponges because of NanoFix. And I bought Omega because of NanoFix. So if advertising means anything, those people should be paying you a bunch of money. Because I can't imagine how many people also bought because of you. I wasn't going to buy Omega because, for personal reasons. Not going to say why. Personal reasons. But you kind of convinced me to support the community in that regard. And, you kind of convinced me that supporting the community was more important than my little shit business, that shittiness towards RAF. So that's why I bought Omega. I bought 5 tubes of it, by the way. I didn't make a small order. I bought 5 tubes. Thanks to you. On that front, I bought 5 tubes on that front. Is this going to work now? Yay! Success. Come on, that's pretty cool. The little reflow. Ding, ding, ding. And now it works. I mean, pretty awesome. How long do you think these are going to work for with that type of fix? That's the question. You think it's like a very temporary fix, or you think it's like at least a year or 2? I definitely should look at the responses. NanoFix, the next Coca-Cola. I'm waiting for NanoFix to come out with a real NanoFlux. I do appreciate what you said about the YouTube drama, though. That was very, very important to say because honestly, I mean, the community is pretty tight. And I guess the guy who gets the most shit is not really in the community, let's face it, which is Northridge Fix. Not really in the community. Um, he couldn't give a shit about any one of us. I mean, that's the truth. And what you said, though, he said, didn't really matter. Be nice to him, basically. That's the message I took. Be kind. There's no reason to talk shit about anybody. That's the message I took. If that's the message you were given, that's the message I took. So it was appreciative. I still have to order from Australia. I still have to order my ring light and meter, but I haven't really necessarily needed it. It was really, that's another order that was just to support the community type of thing. All right, cool. It works. I like it. I like it a lot. And truly, I mean, honestly, this community is so really nice to just about everybody. It's, I've been in it now about a year, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. I don't even know. And I'm just so appreciative, like, the help that we get, the help that each and every one of us gets when we ask is unbelievable, honestly, and appreciative. I appreciate it, and certainly know that other people appreciate it too. Just like I said, that one guy is definitely not in the community. The community, who's in the community just by who you talk to every day. Easy, J-Fix. That's my bankroll you're talking about. I don't care. Yeah, it's $100. You know what? I don't know if it's $100. So the first batch was $100 a piece. The second batch was a little more up in the air, so I don't know that it's $100. But I mean, worst case scenario, 75. It's still he still sent me 20 of them, and I'm on pace to fix 19 of them or 18 of them. So it's still a decent day, Still all right. Some of them weren't even white screens, so it's a little up in the air. I'll find out when I send them back. And this one's a white screen as well. So it's just so weird that some of them are white screens, some of them aren't. Just thankfully they could be fixed without having to reball it. Every single one of them. Just reballing these things. I did find I found it's an L003 stencil, but this isn't direct heat, and I don't have anything to put balls in on it. So, like, really, I'm just handballing them at this point. So, if I could find something that I could use direct heat, an L003, I think that would be good to have. But by the time I get it, I'll probably be way done with this. And truthfully, I've been hand reballing the ones I have had, and it hasn't taken me that long, maybe 40 minutes. So it hasn't been that bad, and I guess that's why, you get more for some and less for the others. Yeah, it's a flat fee, it's a flat rate. So let's see. I don't agree with a lot of them. Okay, yeah, the guy. People certainly love to jump on the bandwagon. You know what it is? I think it's more that guy. I guess because they don't like it. Like if he resold stuff and was honest about it, I guess, or not honest about it, but he made stuff, he called it his own and actually made it. I don't think he's making his own products, and for some reason, if I rebrand this Flux and call it Dave's Unbranded Flux and ask $10 more for it, is that, I don't know, that really irks people, I guess. It's done every day. I mean, you look at all AliExpress, it's just rebranded crap, you know. So, I don't get it. I mean, the guy clearly knows how to make money. You know, friends not so much, but money he knows how to make. If you were to have an example of a business model, I think he would be the guy. You know, because I think he's definitely making money. Definitely knows how to post his wins and never post his losers. So he hasn't really gone crazy on the whole. His channel, I mean, it's kind of ghetto at this point, considering he doesn't have a lot of stuff on camera that even small streamers like this asshole does, like an on-screen meter and, you know, thermal camera I could put on the computer and stuff like that. He doesn't spend a whole lot of time on them. It's just a giant advertisement every video he makes. Like I say, he knows how to do business. Did you find his Flux to be any different than, like, did you find it close to being similar to something that's available on AliExpress? Or did you find it unique? I never really asked that question. Because if you get this, I nudged it by the way. If you get this Flux, this stuff, right? This Kingbo, it literally could be 17 different manufacturers, and it depends on which one you get. And your mileage may vary. The one that looks more like mayonnaise is the one that Roy uses, and that stuff sucks. But this stuff looks more like Vaseline, and it's actually okay. It's petroleum jelly, and it actually works okay. I don't find it particularly hard to get off, and I find it works well for what I need. Most of the time, I kind of rub it with a dry swab, and it comes right off. So if I let it cool like I just did because I'm rambling, then obviously it's a little harder to get off. But I don't use much though. Here's the thing. I'm on like the Joey train as far as using Flux goes. I just a little tiny bit, you know, and because I don't like to clean. So why not use as little as possible? That's what I've been doing. Let's see. Well, okay, so you do feel that way. All right. That's what I was kind of wondering. Yeah, I mean that's true too. He did make a video basically calling Soren out and a lot of other people that are in this community. Ones that would bend over backwards to help anybody out too. Like those guys, you know, to rag on people, the people that are most helpful. I think that's what really irked the shit out of everybody too. Because up until then, I mean, everybody, even Nathan was like, whatever. Guy is the guy, you know. He is who he is. So leave him be, you know. And Nathan ordered his stuff all the time. So, you know, so it probably is Chipwick and charges. I don't know what Chipwick costs. It's pretty expensive. Maybe he gets a bulk discount. Hey, another fix. Hey. I know how to nudge better than anybody else nudges. I got the secret nudge on these things. Another couple of bucks in my pocket. Yay. That guy, this is why the guy likes me though. I only charge what I fix. So, as opposed to like, well, I tried fixing this and it cost me blah, 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 time and blah, blah, blah. I'm literally only charging him stuff that I fix. Which is so unlike me, by the way. Usually I like to charge for everything. But this is a bulk business to business type of guy. So that's fixed. It was white screen earlier, right? I kind of forgot. Was this white screen? I believe it was. No, it's time to move on. I mean, I think we've all moved on. We just don't watch them. We let our to be honest with you, if I feel it's going to be a good video, I watch it, and if I could learn something, if I could learn something from somebody, whether he's not liked or not, I generally watch their stuff. So, yeah, I think this was white screen. I think I did fix this. Man, I'm way behind. My video is at least 15 seconds behind. But how's everything? My audio quality good? You see me? You see my oval self on here? Everything's good? I have 8 concurrent viewers. I don't know if that means I have 8 viewers, but I've been streaming for an hour now, which is pretty crazy. Oh, I didn't sign this one. Jeez. How would I know I fixed it unless I signed it? Yeah. Let me sign this guy. Good old D.U. That's me. So yeah. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy what, like Craft Ben. I love Ben. Ben is my favorite. Well, I shouldn't say my favorite human being, but he's up there. Ben takes the time, and a lot of other people do, but Ben's amazing when it comes to the Xbox, even PS5. I don't know if you guys know, what the hell's his name? I have to look because my memory sucks. Tanz, T-A-N-Z, Tanz. He's pretty cool too, man. He'll help. There's so many people in this community that'll help people. JFix, man. JFix has helped me with laptops and everything else. I don't know. Like, I feel bad. Like, I should probably know more than I know. But, the stuff I do know, I try to share with other people too. I don't just sponge, I kind of go the other way too. I try anyway. Anything I know, I share it with other people. I try to help people too. And that's what it's all about. So this one is running, but I'm going to reflow it anyway. So this one, at least if it's running and it doesn't run after I reflow it, I know why. Not a good situation. I'll give you a hint. It has something to do with a lot of little balls and about 40 minutes worth of my life. Come on, get off. Yeah, like anytime, PS5 is probably my best subject, I guess, and that's what I try to help people the most with. And if I don't know, I try to do a little bit of research and find out. But I would say PS5 is the one I know the most at this point. And little stupid medical devices. But this doesn't count. I don't think anybody's going to be asking me about the little stupid medical device. Not anytime soon. I had some the other day that the guy sent me. They had this black epoxy on them. I couldn't get it off. I could not get this epoxy off. I tried scraping. I tried everything. That's what led me down the road to get these to go to Harbor Freight yesterday. And I know you guys don't have Harbor Freight where you are, but I went and got these little bits to see if but they don't fit. The shaft doesn't fit in my little thing there, my little grinder. So I had to take them. I put them in a drill and spun them the opposite direction and stuck them on my grinder to get the shaft to the right, to get the shaft to the right diameter so I could use it. So, and it worked. I did some practicing yesterday on Discord with some trace repair on a junk board I have, and was able to use that bit to grind down the trace. I think it did a fairly good job. And I did a fairly good job in the trace repair that was never going to be seen. Oh my God. Well, just when you think it's hot enough, it isn't. Come on. If I fired heat on this a little better, like straight down versus side angled, but problem is I don't want to melt the connector. All right, there it goes. One more. If I fire heat straight down, I'm definitely melting these two connectors. No question about it. Also, I got to be careful if I put my swab on too soon and send the chip flying. That would be not good. Who else is streaming, by the way? I'm watching myself. I'm doing good. Go, Dave. Go. You the man. Go. Oh. You're the best, Dave. The best streamer ever. You're the man. Amuse myself. And that's what it's all about. See, I bother testing this or just put it back together? Call it a day. No, I'm going to test. I am going to put it back together. Put it back together first. Then test. Then complain. You put your left foot in. Isn't it Nano's day to stream? It's Wednesday. Doesn't he stream on Wednesdays? Thought he did. Or is that Tuesdays? Tuesdays or Wednesdays? All right. All done. See if she works. This is when I get humbled, right here. Humble! Nope. I did not get humbled. It does work. Make sure it works consecutively, I guess. Oh, what's that on the screen? It's just a little flux on the screen. that I got to clean off. I don't know if you guys have ever smelt like, all right, like all these things smell like a doctor's office, like old cologne, if that makes any sense. It's so strange. It's a strange smell. I would say old cologne is what it smells like. Where's my phone that it's ringing? Oh, sign it. Gotta remember to sign it. Craziest smell. I guess it smells like sweat. I bet you these sit against somebody. These probably sit like on a pouch inside somebody's sweat boxes. Just gross smelling. Oh, Anthony, let's see. Have a VZ dump, I thought how dare he bother me at work while I'm working? This guy. I'm watching all this stuff. I don't know if you've seen in my local news where they're mad at a school, Quakertown Elementary or Quakertown High School or something. Apparently they protested, walked out of the class, and now they're all in trouble. But, you know, free speech doesn't start around in America when you turn 18. Free speech starts immediately. Even the speech that you hate, well, especially the speech that you hate, that's the one that's protected the most. So it makes me laugh, as a white screen, by the way. So it makes me laugh when people somehow forget that they have this freedom of speech even when they're in high school. You know, and if they want to protest, doing a peaceful protest by walking out of class, that's their right. Do I agree with them? No. Do I agree with their message? Not really. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what their messaging is. You could honestly, if you wanted to, you could be pro whatever, the most horrible thing you could imagine, pro. And your right to say it is none of my business. It's something that this country seems to forget a lot, that people have the freedom to say whatever they want. You don't have to agree with it. As a matter of fact, that's not what the First Amendment is about. The First Amendment is not about agreeing with their speech. The First Amendment is about just simply being able to express your opinion. And it makes me laugh. You'll see all these Facebook posts against a group of kids that walked out of class because they feel like, you know, they're anti-ICE or whatever. You know, it's their right. I don't care. Now, if you pick up a rock and throw it through a fucking windshield and say, I'm protesting, that's when I start caring. Thursdays? Oh, Zach, I don't know if you're being kind to me, but thanks. I appreciate it. I appreciate you coming in. Arguably like you and yeah, sure. Probably one of the most famous people I've ever had on my stream. Maybe. Well, maybe I don't know. I get Uber Micro in here too, so. And I guess Ace comes in. I guess everybody comes in. But yeah, back to that thing. Peaceful right to protest. You have it. I don't know if Canada has that. I don't know if England has that. I know nothing of your laws. But I know here, up until you pick up that rock, throw it through somebody's window, you could say whatever the hell you want. And I would appreciate people being able to respect that on Facebook, no matter what their political affiliation is. You know, just because you so-called back the blue doesn't mean you got to be up their asses either. You have to be independent of your thoughts sometimes. Think outside the box. All right, that was a nudge. It was a baby nudge. It was a nudge nonetheless. Well, yeah, I appreciate you coming in. Appreciate you hanging out with me while I do this boring ass work. Isn't it funny how the most boring work always pays the most money, pays the biggest? Like if I had something like a PlayStation that had a short or something, and I'm sitting there for hours trying to figure it out, you know, going through tests and going through UART and doing all this other crap. Not boring, right? But not paying me well either. So this one, I go through them, I knock out a quick reflow, I get the screen back on, and I get, you know, decent money. I'm not going to say the price because I don't really, could be as much as $100 to get the screen back going. So boring work is what pays the bill. Oh, HDMI is another one. HDMI is a good example of really boring work that pays well. Because I could pop out an HDMI port in maybe 15 to 20 minutes. And then by the time I'm back together, that's like a 40-minute job. Maybe a little less, you know, dealing with the customer and all that. And that job pays me like $100, $120. And it is boring as they come. Watching somebody do HDMI is so boring. You have to have a really good personality to make it exciting. You have to be talking about politics and religion and, you know, just anything you could drag out just to make it less boring. Let's see if this guy works. Is it a fix? It's a fix! It's a fix! Look at me. Look at me. Look at me on YouTube. I fixed it. I'm so good. I fixed it. I'm not going to steal Soren's line. I'm one of those people who does not steal Soren's line anymore. I'm going to say my line. It's a fix. Easy pizza. Oh, wait, no, that's Soren's line. All right. It's so hard not to steal that guy's lines, man. That guy has such good personality. You talk about somebody who could make anything look exciting. Not exciting, but just interesting. Keep people engaged. Like that's hard to do. It's hard to sit here and talk to yourself for an hour straight. Like, I'm literally by myself. I have nobody on Discord. Nobody loves me. Sitting here by myself. But yeah, I fixed this guy too. See, I am on your Discord, JFix, James. But I had to mute the microphone there, or else it would do like a weird thing if somebody joined. So if they did hear me, they would have to listen to the stream just to hear me. So I don't know how that works out. But I should set up a I was going to set up a chat GPT like that talks back to you. I've heard of such a thing. I don't know how it works. I was just going to sit here and bullshit with Chat GPT for the whole time too. But it's like $40 a week, that thing. Or was it $40 a month? It was $15 a week, something like that. I don't know. Probably $15 a week, and I get to kill 5 trees every time I ask it something. You know, because that's really what AI does. It's just a giant energy killer. AI is just a giant way of getting answers, wrong or right. It's going to give me answers. I used to have to Google search it, right? You just Google search it, and the first thing that came up was the most popular answer, right? So you'd be like, oh, that's probably the right answer, and you go off of that, and whatever. You'd probably get the answer that you needed. It took a little longer, right? Now it's just a summarized AI thing, right? And it could be completely wrong, but it gives you an answer really fast. So I guess we're supposed to be happy with fast answers. Right or wrong, just fast. I guess most of the time it's correct, right? Because most of the time it's pulling off the first article that you're seeing. But the problem is, you know, nobody's getting credit for articles anymore. Nobody's getting credit for things that they do. And you might as well just, anytime you come up with an answer for anything, you might as well just say you're giving it to science, because you pretty much are. You're giving it to the AI creatures, and the AI creatures steal it and call it their own. And no one's getting credit for anything anymore. Soren was the first channel I watched and ended up getting drawn to. So my thing with Soren, let's see, I love seeing people who are in the community and stream and how they work. Oh, cool. Well, love seeing you stream too. So my first thing was, I don't know if you recall that Acer, James, that the one I did the charging port on, I kind of broke it, and that for my daughter's, it was my daughter's friend, and I broke that keyboard, not keyboard. I broke that computer, that laptop, and it did. I guess I probably hooked up. I mean, I don't know that I did, but whatever. I guess I probably hooked up the power before I hooked up the screen and then blew the EC chip, and that was like the start of a cascading, you know, what was wrong with it, and I had to sit there and try to do a bunch of research and learn what maybe I did wrong. But before that, I was just a computer guy. You know, I didn't do any. I had a soldering station, and I did very minor repairs like charging ports. And, you know, I didn't really hold myself accountable to, you know, people that are doing, for example, here's a crazy example. I got people that are out here doing HDMI ports, right? And they turn around and they break somebody's PS5 or Xbox Series. And they don't know enough to research what's wrong with it, right? And when I started doing HDMI ports, I didn't want to be that guy who broke something and didn't know how to fix it. So in actuality, my second HDMI repair on Xbox, I ripped every single trace. And the first one I did fine. I was perfectly fine with it. The second one, I ripped 8 of 9, oh, maybe more, like 11 traces I ripped off. And I had to hold myself accountable to fixing it. So, and that's how I ended up starting my process of learning. Sorry, I heard something. I heard a door. Hey, it's my seat. Woohoo! Oh, I got my seat. This is exciting. I'm going to do an unboxing right after this. This is my seat that I just got. I can show you. I use this seat right here. It's like an uncomfortable. Don't buy this seat. It's especially if you're a man, very not comfortable. So anyway, back to my story. I started watching repair videos for that laptop, for the fact that I was going to be doing HDMI repairs, and I wanted to really try to find out, what I was doing and just have some accountability. That way, did I fix this or did I get ready to fix it? Feels kind of warm. I think I fixed this one already, didn't I? I'm confused. I totally forgot what I was doing. Let me check it. I completely forgot if I fixed this already. So, anywhoozits, I was just, just really started watching everybody, and Soren was like top on the list. And, you learn a lot by watching Soren and this crazy guy, NanoFix. And, it's running, but I don't know if I fixed it. I totally forgot if I fixed this thing. I should rewind my own stream to find out if I fixed it. I think I did, but I'm not 100% sure, so I think I should do it again. Yeah, I will. Do it again. I'll know as soon as I heat this up and I see flux coming out of it. No, I guess I didn't. So I think I would see a lot of people in the community fixing HDMI ports, well, on Marketplace that is, and something goes wrong and they don't know how to even UART it. And I'm like, on a PS5, and I'm thinking, if you're doing that type of work, you should know something about how to fix it. I mean, you don't have to be a complete expert, but at least know something. So that's how I ended up in this garage too. Because I felt like I started doing this repair stuff and doing it in my bedroom upstairs, and getting customers, and I was seeing customers in the garage next door, and it was like literally a garage sale. I had a Corvette in it, like a car, and I would take people's stuff in on a freaking card table, just nothing great, so that's why I started watching as much electronic repair as I could. And before that, I was watching a lot of car repair stuff, and now I do a mixture of both. I watch both. It's great if you watch the car repair stuff that's mixed with like some electronic stuff. There's a guy named Ivan, Pine Hollow Auto, that does like a lot of work with a scope. So it's kind of best of both worlds. It would really suck if I'm doing this again. There he goes. Little nudge. So I figured somebody would tell me I did it already, but whatever. Anyway, that box has my chair in it. That's what I was trying to say. And that's good because this chair is so uncomfortable on my nuts. Oh my God. My nuts are killing me. It's a bike seat on a pole. It's not comfortable at all. It's good for my table, but it kind of makes me want to unbox that thing right now. I only have, I believe this is my last one. as actually. I don't see any more in the bag. Which is too bad because FedEx is the one that dropped off that box, and I could have easily got them to take that thing. And I have this PS5 that's going to Sloth Tech. As soon as my daughter comes, this is the PS5 that's going to you here. So, yeah, it's in decent condition. It turns on. That's the most important thing. But when you try to, if you're going to update it, and you do get a chance to update it, it's not going to last long. I mean, it might be one of the SSDs that's replaceable, but the chances are unlikely because it's like one of three that have to be. It would have to be one of three, and the likelihood that it's not one of three, it's probably one of the other three that's not replaceable. So, you know, my recommendation would just be use it for parts and don't try to fix it. And he's going to get that. I paid way too much money for it. On Mercari, I paid like $100. I was bidding against freaking Booter at the time. I paid like $200 for that stupid one, and it turned out to be a no fix. That sucks when that happens. And that's why I stopped trying to buy them off of Mercari or anywhere else, because for the most part you just find no fixes, and yeah, it just sucks. It's like you can only sell them for $275 around here anyway. So you get one that's broken, it's pretty much you'll never make that up. You'll never make that up in sales. You're better off trying to find them on Marketplace that need HDMI ports or something that you could fix. Where in the planet is the stupid cover for this thing that I signed? I don't know where it is. What's this one? This is the one that needs the button? No. Is this the one that needs... Where did this one come from? That was odd. Where is that stupid thing? Find that silly cover. I don't know what happened. Did this one have a cover? Maybe it didn't have one. I'd have to rewind it. But the cover that goes on top of this? Did I lose it? What happened to that? I don't know what happened to that cover. I guess it'll show up. I thought it would have been in front of my face, but it's not. Let's see. This says it's running. Do a little tap test. It's running. It's working. I can't find the cover for it, but there's a little cellophane cover that goes on top of this thing. That I can't find. But I thought I had it, but now I'm thinking maybe I didn't. All right. Well, I'll put it back in here for now. Hopefully I find that cover somewhere. Does anybody else do this with Q-tips? They have like the Q-tips, the cotton swabs that they use until, like this one you could throw away, but like this guy you still might have a little use of it. So you kind of keep them around way too long and use them until they really bad. It's kind of what I've been doing. Especially now that I'm actually running out of them. So I really need help in that regard. I really need help in that front. I need Q-tips. I need cotton swabs. I should buy the ones that Zach had with the freaking cone heads. Those are pretty good. Those are pretty awesome looking. The cone heads. This one works, but did I do it is the question. Did I do this one? I think I did this one. I just put it over there and I didn't sign it, which is dumb, but now I got to redo it because I'm an idiot and didn't sign it. All the other ones I signed. And I guess the one without the cover I didn't sign because I can't find the stupid cover. The cellophane. So, da-da-da-da-da-da. That's what I do. Just put a little pressure. I'm going to do this one over again, even if it was done. That was pretty good. I didn't have to reball anything today. Yesterday I had to reball 2 of them. Today, none. It's pretty good. Yeah, I guess I didn't do this one. I don't see flux flying out of it or anything like that. So, but then again, I don't use much flux, so as stated earlier. As I stated. I think this is the last one. Then I get to put my chair together. A smart man would have put his chair together first. Little nudgy nudge. Little nudgy nudge. I nudged it. Look at all these friggin' swabs that are terrible condition. Gotta use them. Gotta use up your swabs until they're falling apart. I think these are ready to go in the trash. These swabs are ready for the bin. Ready for the bin. So little flux is used. Find out if this thing still works. It worked earlier. It should work again, right? This is what I was talking about. I couldn't find one of these. Somewhere on this table, I guess. Somewhere. Maybe today's the day I'll get laid off. Come on, baby. Lay me off. Make the phone call. Please, please lay me off. Do the layoff dance. Right? She's working. I mean, she was working earlier, so I really didn't do anything here. So, and it works again. So, do a little flick. Still good. A little cleanup. And all good. At least Zach has a cat and Elle to talk to. My cat is hiding. And my dog probably just wants to go out at this point. All right. That's that. Sign it. Sign it, box it, put it back in the bag, and I have 19 ready to go out. Oh, this is one with the bad switch, isn't there? Shoot. Couldn't grab a switch. I guess I got to order a couple of switches. And this one has a bad screen. And needs this thing to be replaced, the FPC. So I'll find out what he wants to do with this one, because it will need the button too. And all that. You don't need the button on that front. Beep, 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 beep. So SW805. And see, this one was made in Japan 14.08. You think that's a date code? You think that's 2014? Or you think that's like a revision number? 14.08. You think it was made in 08? I wonder when these were made. It's by the Nihon Kohadan whatever. If anybody wants to look them up, here's the code. Maybe they could tell me. But it's a UR-4180. And it looks pretty new. It doesn't look very, very old. You know? I wonder where it writes to. Like, obviously it would have a NAND on it, right? Like, there's the Wi-Fi module. I wonder if this here is the NAND. It says Atmel, ATMEL. It's an ARM processor. But where does it write to? I mean, it has to save, right? It has to save somewhere. I don't really see anything that it would save to. Those are the only two chips on there. And there's this inductor, right? That's an inductor, I'd imagine. I thought it would store it. I thought it stores it somewhere on here. Stores the data. Or data, if you will. But that's definitely a Wi-Fi module, right? There's a little antenna. A little Wi-Fi dealie right here. Unless it's under there. Unless it's like there's a little memory card under there. Unless that's what this FPC is for. Maybe a memory card. Huh. I have more questions than answers with this thing. It's interesting. Interesting little doodad. So what do you all think? Was my stream as good as you would have expected? Did I keep you amused for 1 hour and change? Almost 2 hours now? I hope so. If I did, then like and subscribe. I'm just kidding. I don't care if you like or subscribe it. Just kidding. I mean, if you wanted to, I guess that would be cool. But, you know, I don't want to beg for likes and subscribes. Only if I deserve them. Only if I deserve something from you kind people. Oh, probably do my chair, right? Let me turn this thing. I could do my chair. Hold on, let me turn it. Let me transformer. Transformer. All right, cool. Here's my chair. I'm not done yet. This one says salon on it. It's like a chick chair, so to speak. It's for cutting hair. So it's got a regular seat. So instead of this piece of crap, I get a regular seat. I got this guy. Oh. I got a regular back, kind of like this. I guess it's about the same size. Actually, now that I mention it, the chair kind of looks like the other chair, just with a regular seat. I'm not done yet. I'm going to build my chair. Got a footstool so I can rest my legs on. And I'll keep this seat for people I don't like. You know? I'll just keep that around for friends that stop by. Regular seat. Seat adjustment. It's pretty much just a cheap ass chair that has a regular chair on it. Let me go to the other side. Oh, it's got an Allen key. Got the Allen key. I'm going to need that for putting it together because, I don't have Allen keys. Yeah, all right. Here we are. Oh, wait. That's in the way, isn't it? Hold on. I should probably just... There we go. Now you can see. Now you could see me. I'll put this chair together. I'm going to sit in comfort. So the other chair is just a giant bicycle seat that if you're an older guy, you'll know why that's uncomfortable. Because bicycle seats are not comfortable. Especially if you're an older guy, if you know what I mean. Maybe in my younger days when my balls were tighter. But this should be way cooler than that other seat. This was Temu, by the way. As pretty much everything I buy and have bought for this entire build in my shop here. These tables, for example, it's all Temu. Temu's where it's at. Anybody looking for tables, I would say the Temu shipping tables or Vivo or whatever, they're pretty good. They're good enough anyway. And that's pretty much what I've been working on, is that on my giant TV. Welcome to my cooking show, where I cook for many, many people. All right? Probably says don't do this first, but I never read the instructions. So, let's see, it's got larger screws and 4 smaller screws. I'm just going to take a guess. and say, this is probably correct. Probably. Man, this is going to be so comfortable. Can't wait. I hope it goes to enough height, though. Because that was the one thing that made that chair good. It had a decent height on it. I should just get my drill out and use my drill, but it's only 4 screws. I feel like that's kind of a waste. You know, maybe if it was more like 10 screws, I'd probably get the drill. But this is not drill worthy. I'm even using the piece of crap that comes with the kit. You know, it sucks when you're doing these things and you tighten it and it goes click, and you pretty much have ruined that whole thing. You know, you know what I'm talking about. Those little rivets that pop in. Where's the? Okay, pop that off. Pop that in. Let's see. How does this go on? If only there was such a thing called instructions, I would know how to put this together. Oh yeah, look at that. I think maybe I should have waited to put that. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh. All right. This is the seat. I gotta put it down here to put the rest together. But yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna put the back on. Comes with a back, but I don't really see the back being useful for me. I think I'm just gonna keep it the way it is. I don't know. What do y'all think? Is a back important for a work chair? I'm just happy it hits the height that it hits. Put my wheels on. Oh, debating putting the back on. Decisions. I guess I could put the back on now, and then if I hate it, I could always take it off, right? Probably put the back on correctly would probably matter. Still haven't read the instructions, by the way. Just saying. I haven't read the instructions yet. For all you instruction people out there, I have not read a freaking instruction yet. Number 1, because I'm a man. Number 2, because I can't read. Secret. I am indeed a dyslexic. No, I am not. I am not a dyslexic. Of all the places to land. Land inside a box. All right. Still no instructions. Let's see how I do. Huh. This thing is weird. All right. Where is that thing? Welcome to Dave's chair review. We'll be reviewing all the Temu chairs for comfort. I can't get this screw started, which definitely help me out. You know, it would help if I took it off the friggin' table. That would probably help. Oh my God. All right, here we go again. It's not instructions that is not helping me right now. It's just the fact that these screws won't start. Come on. So I think I'm going to be on the leave the back off anyway train at this point. But it's like messing with me that I can't start the screws. I can't believe I can't start it. Ah, I'm taking it down. Can't get it started otherwise. Come on. I got one going. All right. Here's the seat officially. Look at that. Perfect. Look at that. Woo! That's awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And that's the end. I'll catch you later.